thing wasn't connecting for a bit and it had me worried there. And the right microphone is here. Okay. I don't usually. I feel like I'm lagging behind. I had my alarm set at 9 and then I decided uh I'm going to sleep a little longer, and I ended up waking up at 10:15, bed rotted for 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh shoot. I got to get the dogs out. I got to eat breakfast before stream. Yada 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 yada." And here we are. I have no idea what I'm doing. Uh So what soundtrack are we going to go with today? Um, yeah, I feel like Mystery Dungeon is like good enough. I'm like scrambling right now, so all right. Hello, Goji. Um, Lovely to see you here. Especially at the start of stream. That doesn't usually happen. Let me fight with the volume before it gets too loud. Let's open up the what's it called? Creator dashboard. Um, to the stream manager, and here we are. Not Big Man James followed me. That's great. Hello, Big Cheese. Oh, we got people. Perfect. So I'm gonna get the art file that I'm supposed to be working on uploaded to Medibang because I forgot to do that last night. I was kind of rushing for what's it called for for the art post today. Because I had an idea of what I wanted to do for today's art post. Because I have one thing that's like pretty much ready to go. Oh shoot. Excuse me, that's not my canvas. Um, yeah. How's my day? My day started at like 10:30. It is now 11:30, so I've been awake for like an hour. Um, and here we are. Snooze the ad real quick. Uh-oh. Um, it's 12:33 for me now. I see. Okay. I was worried for a moment. Um, I thought maybe the internet tanked because the music stopped there. We're good. Hang on. Why isn't the export working? It's like giving me a blank canvas every time I. There we go. And then we'll just save this. Anyways, let's see. What have we to talk about? What do we have to talk about today? I need to talk about Easter because Easter was hilarious. Um, I had begged my manager, uh, I'll just call it that. I'm too lazy to come up with a proper character title for this. I begged my manager to give me Easter because Easter was time and a half for me, and I'm not gonna miss out on that. Because it's not that we don't celebrate Easter, it's that we've ran out of children to lie to about the Easter Bunny's existence, so we don't really have Easter parties anymore. Um, Here we go. Here's the design. Go ahead and get this going. I haven't actually like properly sketched on my computer in a while. This is definitely interesting. Anyways, Easter, I was so ready because yesterday. Oh shoot. Not sure why that is there. I don't know if you guys can hear Butters, but he's going crazy down there. There might be some packages outside. I'll get those later. But, yeah, Easter was also 420. So, I was fully expecting, it to be slammed. I was ready, like, oh, it's gonna be so bad today. Like, it's gonna be so busy, it's gonna be orders nonstop, and it's gonna be all the annoying stuff. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, no, I left my door open because Johnny's back in school, so that means Jimmy and Butters are downstairs by themselves right now. Um, oh, Jug Unga followed. Thank you so much. I wish I had like proper alerts for that, but that is. Thank you so much for the follow. We're at 78 now. That's kind of crazy. Um, who knows? Maybe we'll reach 100 this year. Should do a little stream special for 100 followers. Anyways, yeah, so I was not I was fully like expecting it like it's so over. Like the day started and I was like it's actually so over right now. And so initially I was scheduled 8 to 4, then it was slow in the morning cuz it's usually slow in the morning. So then I got asked to come in at 11:15 and then somebody called off so I ended up coming in at 9. And I was like, okay, here we go. What, like, it's gonna be bad. There was, so, obviously in the morning it's slow. Like, it's always slow in the morning, because, you know, people are already at work, people are at school, not really a lot of people out. It's when it starts to approach, like, lunchtime when it gets busy, and I haven't worked Sundays in, like, a long time, because Sunday is usually my day off, and, I completely forgot that church was in session, so come around like 11 a.m. or something, all the church goers are coming over there, and it's like, oh boy, here we go. And we end up having to call someone in at 11. It's like, okay, like, please, like, because we need someone to cover my 10 before I get a violation. And then, come back from my 10, all is well again, and then it's the lunch rush. But I was already taking my 30 because the shift leader who was in charge that day, said I needed to go on my half at about like 12:30 or 1 o'clock. It was one of those. On Easter we celebrated our grandpa's birthday. Oh, that's fun. That's nice. Happy birthday to your grandpa. Anyways. So so I'm on my half, and I can kind of tell that it's, like, really busy. But Johnny was scheduled to come in at 1:30, so I was like, oh, Johnny will be there soon. They'll be fine. It starts to get closer and closer to about 1:40, and I'm just like, Johnny, where are you? Lo and behold, Johnny was just a little bit late. And, both me and Alma are just there, or the shift leader, Alma, we're like kind of like panicking because she's about to get overtime like past 2 o'clock, so it's like we gotta get like everything in order. But here's the best part: after all of that, after the lunch rush, after like scrambling to get everything like recovered and stocked and cleaned, it just wasn't busy afterwards. And I'm surprised because it's like the afternoon, right? I know there were people who were getting completely baked yesterday. And I was ready for it. I was ready for people to come in with, like, their marijuana munchies and everything. But no, it was really calm. And it was to the point where it was just 3 of us in the store for, like, an hour, and we were all just joking around. Let's see. So it was me, Johnny, and one of the younger employees, Danny. He's a senior in high school. And, me and Johnny were, like, talking back and forth at each other. Johnny's working the kitchen, I'm at center post, and, we're talking over on the headset. If you've never worked fast food before, we have headsets. That's what, like, allows us to answer drive-through orders, and it also allows us to, like, kind of communicate with each other. Kind of like actual, like, intercoms, right? Is Johnny a relative of yours? Yeah, he's literally my brother, so... Yeah, if you hear me mention Johnny and Clive are my brothers. Like if you hear those two mentions, like that is literal family. Um, and me and Johnny are like talking over the headset a little bit, just kind of back and forth because it's kind of loud in the kitchen, and it's kind of loud in the kitchen. Danny comes out of the bathroom and he's like, "It was so awkward listening to you guys talk over the headset." We're like yelling at it, like, "Dog, that's your fault. That's your fault. What are you doing? Bring the headset into the bathroom." He's like, "I always bring the headset into the bathroom." I was like, "Nah, no, like if we go to the bathroom, that thing is like getting placed somewhere else." We're all like joking around about that a little bit. Um, and Danny explains like sometimes one of the shift leaders, like she does not care like where you are in the restaurant. If there is an order to take at the drive-through, she will ask you to take it if she can't do it herself. So sometimes Danny said sometimes we'll be in the bathroom or like scrambling out of the bathroom trying to pull his pants up and everything, and like talking over the headset like, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" And it's like, oh my god. And then here was the really funny part. Um, as it turns out, the ice bucket challenge from the olden days of 2012, I think. I just remember it. I think it was a thing in middle school when I was in middle school. So like 2011, 2012, maybe 2013, somewhere in that ballpark. Um, somewhere in that ballpark. There was the ice bucket challenge. Now I completely forget what the ice bucket challenge was supposed to be like a fundraiser for. Uh, I just remember it was either you do the challenge and you don't pay $100, or you don't do the challenge and you pay $100 to the charity. So, I think it was UFC. Danny said it was like UFC or something that brought it back, and they're doing it again. And he had gotten nominated. So we're all joking around like you should do it like at the store, right? And again, it's like dead right now. It is so dead. And we're just saying like, "Oh, Dan, we'll fill one of the buckets here, one of the pitchers with water, and we'll dump it on you, right?" And it keeps getting worse. It somehow devolves into, imagine it's like me standing on top of him, but instead of like water in the bucket, it's just a huge block of ice. And it's like, Kyra, are you dropping it? I don't feel it. I'm like, don't worry, it's on its way. Actually, if you could stand a little bit more to the left, I think it'd hit you better. And it just keeps going on, and we're all like laughing our asses off. And Danny's like, imagine like calling this. Like me calling the store the next day, like, "Irma, I can't come in. I'm in the hospital." He's got like a big bump on his head from the ice block. And then I have to call Irma, like, "Irma, I'm sorry I can't come in. I got arrested for attempted murder." And it was just a funny thing. And then I forget how we got onto the subject of hiking, but I was just Danny said he wanted to go like hiking with us, me and Johnny. I'm like, we should go hiking. It's like a really good day, or it's like the weather's like pretty all right if you go in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna get lost in the woods. And it's just like a whole other slew of just like calling the store and being like, "All right, Kyra is lost in the woods. Danny got attacked by a bear. I don't think he's gonna make it. What, to work? No." Yeah, it was just a whole thing. It was just big silly hours. I'm so happy I worked on Easter. I got 7 hours of time and a half. Ah, beautiful paycheck. Like, thank God. Yeah. And the Danny clocked out. We did actually end up pouring ice on the ice water on him. Not just ice, I swear. Um, the shift leader who took over for Johnny, um, I asked him, like, "Hey, can we use, like, the lemonade pitcher to pour water on Danny? We're gonna do, like, the whole ice bucket thing at the store." And he's like, "I don't want you using the lemonade, but you can use the white bucket that's in the break room." And I'm like, "Isn't that the pickle bucket?" It was indeed the pickle bucket. And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll rinse it out." Um, So I ended up rinsing out the pickle bucket. Or no, what I did more specifically was I put water, I put the dish soap, I let it sit for a while because Danny had to go get his clothes from like Oscar from like another friend's house, and then he had to go get another change of clothes, and so he was just gone for a bit. I got off at 4. I worked a 9 to 4 on Sunday, and I worked a 9 to 4 on Sunday. Danny got back maybe past 5, around 5, I don't remember. But yeah, there's one cook in the store that Johnny is like pretty good friends with. I joke around with him a lot, but I'm not nearly as close to like the rest of night shift as Johnny is, just because like I work daytimes, unfortunately. Um, he was like, he wanted to pour the bucket on Danny so bad. And it was really funny, because originally I was gonna do it, but then I decided I am built like a twig. There is no way I'm lifting this bucket over Danny's head if I fill it anymore. So we had him do it. And it was really funny because at the end of the video, after all the water was poured on him, he just turns to the camera and he goes, "Thank you for nominating him." It's just like, he was so happy to pour that water. Anyways, Easter was great. After that, just went out for dinner with family. You know, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna end up erasing this just because it's a little hard to see what I'm doing right now. This is a rare occurrence on stream, I feel like. I don't usually sketch or do the character design. Usually, like, the sketch is already done and I'm doing line art. But I lost steam when I was working on this Sunday night because I had a little bit of a full day on Sunday, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah. I had a lot of fun. I love the crew members at my Carl's Jr. We're a very, very silly group. Perhaps attempted murder isn't as funny to you guys, but for the rest of us who work fast food, it is hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, maybe I should talk about the character that I'm working on here. So this character is named Morgan Corvidra. They're very... They're like one of the few times I get to make like really, really like edgy characters, and they're very dark and mysterious, and they're brooding all the time. Honestly, I'm not entirely sold on the hair, but I feel like that's just because I don't usually draw that kind of hair, and I'm probably just a little out of practice with it. We'll just like work on some of the shape there. I wanted to make sure that they have a fringe. I thought that'd be good. I thought the lip piercing would be good too. So edgy that a Linkin Park song becomes a requirement. Oh man, I should make a playlist for this one. I was doing a little bit of like research on like D&D classes because I was wondering like what class. Well, first of all, I know Morgan is definitely a ranger, but I was like more curious like can Gloomstalker Rangers already have an animal companion? They cannot. Ranger's whole thing of having an animal companion, that is literally only one subclass, and that is the Beastmaster, I think. So, that was that. Actually, just real quick, did that tweet go out about, like, just stream at Carl? It is that easy? My friend told me it was, like, busy just now. Okay, yeah, so the post that did go up. Actually, don't listen to Linkin Park. My edgy music comes in the form of early 2000s, early 2010s punk pop. So that's stuff like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, little bit of Panic at the Disco. I'm not huge on Panic. I like Fall Out Boy a lot more. Lately though, I have been considering getting into metal. Because my co-workers at the game store listen to it. I'm just like, this is actually not that bad. Like, I could get by with this. So, been listening to at least one Megadeth song, which, Peace Sells. I like immediately latched onto it because I was like, oh, that is a sick bass line, like the way that it opens, and I'm like, I could learn that. I bet I could learn that. And I have been like learning bass a bit more. Johnny bought us these amps from Fender. They're called headphone amps. I still don't know how they work. He said he'll help me set mine up and show me how to use it. But both of us have been busy. Again, he's back in school, so he's like not here at all right now. Last week he was, but no. The spring break is over. Oh, yeah. Easter was also funny just because of like how much the Discord was popping off over like the cur jokes and everything. Like all the cur puns. I forget exactly how that started, but it was really, really funny to see. It's nice to see that the server is like just as tight knit as the actual chat itself. Mostly because like the people on there are the people who come in for streams and everything, but still just really nice to see. It's so funny too because you can absolutely tell that there's like two different types of people on there. Clive and his friend really, really wanted to like be on the server. Johnny's not super active. Occasional, he's like he'll like post occasionally on there. But Clive and his friend are. It's so funny because it's like they're so very clearly like it's just obvious they're like among the youngest people in the server, and I think that's kind of silly. Like the humor that they have and like the way they speak. Sometimes I'm a little worried that it's like off-putting for some of you guys, but like I think it's fine. I wonder if the dogs will come up today. Because I left the door open just in case they get bored down there. Maybe I should have just brought Jimmy. He's a very, very, very polite little man. Let's see, what else has been new? I've been... let's see. Oh, D&D was yesterday. I actually had people show up, which was crazy. It was kind of funny because I got to the store and go inside. I didn't even see these people walk up, but according to my coworker, he was like, yeah, there's 2 people here for D&D. There are a couple. They just walked out right now, like as soon as you and Lindsay walked in. And I was like, and I'm like looking around like how did I miss that? Like that is crazy. Because I literally did not see them. But they came back. They had their own sheets. I will say, I was a little confused as to why their sheets were, like, structured the way that they were, because, in D&D, typically, like, damage is pretty set. So, like, for example, Ray of Frost. The way Ray of Frost works, for example, it's just... It's a cantrip, it's 1d8 damage. I don't know where they were getting the +2 from. Because in my head, it's like, that must be, like, it must be, like some sort of attack bonus or something. But, it just wasn't, and I was just like, who wrote this sheet? And if I had to guess, maybe they were mixing up, like, stuff from Baldur's Gate 3, because that happens sometimes. Well, yeah, no, it was like every source I said it was just 1d8, now 1d8 +2. And I'm like, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I'm not sure where that came from. Like, I can check D&D Beyond too, and at least this one is like... Yeah, there's nothing about, there is nothing about, like, adding a little bit of bonus. There was, and, like, the girl who played, her character, when she attacked with like her bows, got like a +7 to her damage, and I'm like, that is insane, because their character sheets were built at level 2 is the thing. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, okay, like, yeah, if you have some like bonus or homebrew stuff, maybe, but on the other hand, it's like, +7 is insane for level 2, because most level 1 to level 2, your attack bonus is going to be +5, because your proficiency is +2, and 9 times out of 10, unless you're using like the d6 method, your modifier isn't going to get anything higher than 3, so usually it's going to be a +5 at most. So I don't know what that was about, but it is what it is. This guy a little bit of a collar. I like the mole that I give them there. I don't usually give my characters moles, but I remembered this time and I was like, huh, I kind of like that. I seriously doubt we're gonna finish this, like, during stream, because I still have to, like, worry about, like, the crossbow here, and that's fine. I'll see if I can finish it, like, later today, though. I know, I want to dye my hair, because me and a friend online were talking about it, and it was like, yeah, it would be cool to dye my hair. I wouldn't do the whole thing, though. I kind of just want to do, like, the underside, like, it's kind of hard to show off like what I'm talking about because I have the headset on, but just something like underneath I want it to be red, but the outside I still want it to be black. I've never been big on like dyeing my hair just because I like my hair color the way it is. Like just doing like some parts of a different color, like that is good enough for me. Johnny has dyed his hair like a few times before. Mostly bleaching it. One time he wanted to go for like a platinum blonde, but if you didn't know, Asian hair is incredibly hard to lift the color from, so it's just super difficult all the way through. So I think we're gonna try and buy hair dye today when I go pick him up. Because usually on Tuesdays, I go pick him up after stream. A little bit after stream, I should say. Let's see. I kind of just want like the coat over like this. And then just like a regular hood. I want like a very like asymmetrical thing. Asymmetry is good for character design, I think. Yeah, I have not sketched on on Medibang in a while. Most of the time, I sketch at work and I save like the ink and the rendering and everything for Medibang because it's been like a really good like workflow because that way I'm able to get like a lot of things ready for ink and color and render. Because at work it's not like I have like a lot of time to do these things. I haven't like finished stuff on Procreate in a long time again. It's not necessarily that I don't like Procreate. I do just prefer Medibang because I've used it for so long, and it is just, I think, overall it's better suited for my needs. Let's see. Character that I'm designing today too, not only are they going to be part of the webcomic that I've been procrastinating on, they're also me and Biba have been talking, like, we want to make like a whole like rivals with benefits kind of character duo, and I thought this would be like a really good character, just as like a side thing. I thought that would be really fun, because the term, first of all, rivals with benefits, is just insanely funny already, so it's like, we have to do this. We have to do this. The belt buckle here. Oh yeah. So the piercing is doing fine for the most part. The interesting thing is that the left one is kind of like the left one is kind of itchy, and I think it is irritated. But not super super irritated because I'm doing my best to avoid scratching it, but the weird thing is that it also seems like the original piercing that was here, because I have two now on my earlobes. The original piercing that was there also seems irritated, and I'm not entirely sure why. Regardless, though, I have been putting on the aftercare thing. It's just, I'm supposed to be doing it 3 times a day, but I'm a little forgetful, and I've only been doing it once a day. Sometimes not at all. So I'm just gonna hope that it doesn't get any worse, because I can't take it out. Like, I cannot take out the piercing at all, and I'm just like, oh boy. This is gonna be one of two things. It'll be worth it though. I'm enjoying being able to wear 2 earrings. Even if I can't take out the other one. I feel like I should have just gone with like the real gold, just to save the trouble. 'Cause real metal never irritates my skin that badly, but, I thought it'd be fine because the lady was like, this is surgical steel, I think it'll be okay. It's like, yeah, maybe it will be okay. It's kind of turning out to not be okay, but I'm sure if I just, don't touch it, all will be well in the world. Put some of these on. I don't really know what these are, but I like adding them sometimes. Maybe like a thing here. We do love a few thigh straps, don't we? And I'm gonna also like edit the, like, mess around with the proportions because I'm not liking them too much. That nice and done. Let's see. I really do enjoy character design. I've had like Morgan's sort of like the shape and colors in my head for a long time. I just didn't know how I wanted to go about it. But I like what I have going on so far. It's very, I think it's very, I think it gets the point across. My favorite thing is that anytime I design rogues is, they're never actually that edgy, which I think is hilarious. Every other class though, hilariously edgy. Like, I don't know, I'm just weird like that. Get this. I was actually, last night I was almost ready to cancel stream, today, because, what was it? Out of nowhere, I just felt incredibly nauseous and sick in my stomach. And I was like, if this continues into tomorrow morning, I am canceling stream. I was worried it was going to be another stomach flu thing, because back in October, I did get the stomach flu, and it sucked. I was miserable all day. I slept for so long. I maybe only ate a little bit. Overall, it was bad. It was really bad. I was not looking forward to doing that again. If I ever picked a class for D&D, I would go Paladin. Yeah, that checks out, I think. I'm not huge on Paladins. I do have one character. She is technically a Paladin. But she's like very cowboy flavored, so she has like a bladed pistol or a bladed revolver. She doesn't wear the heavy armor, but she is an Earth Genasi, so she can give herself stone skin, if I remember correctly. That or I'm stupid, and, I swear I swear they can give themselves. I swear they get like Stone Skin as a spell. It's whatever. But they do get Blade Ward, which is pretty neat. Yeah, resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Because what does Stone Skin do? Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Until the spell ends, target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Blade Ward basically does the same thing. Yeah. But I'm not huge on, I'm not huge on the Paladin class, honestly. I love Druid. I love the nature, elements to it. I love that I can make fun of, I love that I can make fun of capitalism and everything. I severely enjoy the idea of, like, a bunch of druid eco-terrorists, because that is funny. That, I think, is, like, incredibly funny. I'm gonna, you know, I would need to merge that down first. What are some other classes that I enjoyed playing before? Sorcerer was neat, but I didn't get to play Sorcerer for super long.
Oh.
Yeah, I have your phones.
Was there any call?
No. This one too. Real quick. Let me just shut this a little more. So... Oh, hi, Jimmy! Come in! Come inside! Come inside! Come on! No, come here, come here. You'll never guess who was sitting outside my door. I am gonna leave it open though, so he can't leave when he wants. I'm just gonna show him off on stream. Just for a little bit. Look who it is. Look at this little man. Okay. Here you go, little man. That is all. Go be free. Okay. Yeah, I know you want to leave. Go on. You know what would be fascinating? A mix between Western fantasy like you have with your cowboys and fantastical elements like dragons and or fairies as well. Hi, doggy. Yes. Hello, doggy. I mean, there's definitely settings for that. D&D is also run by the same people who do Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast. Real quick. Let me just... I got a bot here. Let me just... Womp. It's also run by Wizards of the Coast. They have like Western worlds. I don't know how canon they are to like Forgotten Realms, but they do exist. Let it be known that they do indeed exist. I personally, I'm always like, you know, I will fix the proportions later. Let me get my crossbow reference out. I'm personally, like, the way that I do my world is, it is just modern fantasy with some sci-fi, cyberpunk elements scattered in there. The way I do it, the closer you get to, like, actual sci-fi stuff, hang on. The closer you get, essentially what it is that the closer you get to, like, more futuristic stuff, the more wealthy that area probably is, and the more closer it is to, like, you know, traditional high fantasy, the less, like, the less, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, the less well-off that area is. The only Western sci-fi works I can recall are Brave, Star, and Firefly. I have never heard of those. I've never really looked at a bunch. But, again, it's not like I'm putting everything together all at once. It's like, it's very like, okay, well, what kind of area is it? Like, what's the economy look like there? Do they have, like, the wealth, like enough wealth for like sci-fi and cyberpunk elements? Do they not? Um, is it like a more low income kind of thing? Because you know, it's like I can't have everything like everywhere all at the same time. Otherwise, it's just not gonna make sense. Like there has to be like a little bit of there has to be a little bit of like tact on where I put everything. So let's see. A crossbow kind of looks like. Oops. It's got a long stock, so I should probably get that in there. I'm gonna draw this bit, like, we're gonna make it kind of skinny at first. Then maybe like that. Brave Star is an 80s cartoon show, and Firefly was a small but devoted cult following. Well, you know what? It do be like that sometimes. But yeah, no, I've never watched stuff like that. What did I grow up on? I grew up on Avatar: The Last Airbender, SpongeBob, more Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network kind of things that I can't remember at the moment. All I know is that there's a lot of stuff that my friends would like be upset at me for never like seeing before. It's like, what do you mean you never saw this when you were little? It's like I just didn't see it. I don't understand what the big problem is. It would always like make a spat like, you need to see this. It's like so good, and I'm just like, I'm sure it is good, but I'm also just not interested. Let's see. And then there's kind of a like, I'm not huge on like movies or shows these days. It's like it kind of takes a little bit it takes me being like super like invested, or it takes a lot to get me super invested into something. I do need to catch up on Invincible though. I have been meaning to get back to that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not huge on I'm just not huge on things on stuff at the end of the day. That's all it is. And like my parents, my dad at least, just there were just things that he didn't want us watching for some reason. For some reason, he got really upset whenever two characters were kissing on screen, and like we would always like turn away, like, sorry, Dad, sorry, we didn't know that was in there. I don't think he minds that much though, anymore. But yeah. That being said, he was okay with us watching like. He was okay with us watching things like Green Mile and everything, and I'm like, okay, Dad, whatever you say. I won't pretend. It was weird. There was like Disney Channel, way too much for us at a young age. Green Mile, Forrest Gump, some other third thing. That was okay for us. Like these were good movies. We can watch that. I'm just like, okay, Dad. You do you, Father. We don't think about how potentially traumatized I might be. But it's okay. The movies were good. And like it kind of comes up like this. Then we get that. I remember hearing about this from last stream. I don't even remember what I was talking about last stream. I will say, I do vaguely remember that one Filipino viewer saying that I sounded like their grandma. The accent isn't here right now. I'm not in control of when it appears or when it doesn't appear. But I did think that was hilarious. Alright, and then there's these bits here that come out. Just draw a little bit of a square first, just for the sake of getting that 3D feeling. I hate drawing shapes. I wish I could just... I wish I didn't have to, like, divide into shapes as much as I have to do here, but this is also why I just hate drawing plate armor. I've never met anyone who told me I sound like their grandfather, and I wouldn't know how to respond to that. I wasn't sure how to respond to it. When they said that, I was a little confused as to what they were talking about, because I know I don't sound like an old lady. So I was like, maybe I'm speaking with a little bit of a Filipino accent again, and it does come out, just not right now. I'm not particularly in control of it. I know I'm old, but not that old, real. I'm not really in control of when the Filipino comes out and when it doesn't. All it signifies to me, like, all from what I can tell, if I'm really, like, comfortable in a space, it does tend to come out like that. So, but you know, it's not necessarily like I'm uncomfortable right now. That's not the case. It just means, like, right now it doesn't want to come out, and that's okay. It could be that I'm, like, super focused on, like, sketching right now, because again, I don't usually sketch on stream. That might be it. Here we go. I'm gonna add, like, another thing here. Just do that. There, now it's looking a little less flat, I think. But yeah, it was the accent last time, which was really funny. Still, I still really gotta commit more to, like, learning more Bisaya. Because I really want to use it for, like, tieflings in D&D. I love tieflings, and, of course I'm going to project onto them as much as I can. It's real nice, and then... also clean that up in there. This is one of my key secrets to getting, like, super clean line art. It is cleaning up sketches, because, like, to me, I just need, like, clean stuff just so I can see what what it is that I'm doing. Otherwise it just doesn't work out that well for me. Then let's rotate that a little bit. Move that out. I think that should be good. And then we'll just draw a line like this. Straight line. As straight as we can get it. Straighter than me, honestly. Oh, what's going on? No, I don't know where the hairdryer is. It's my dad. Now we do this. And we'll adjust accordingly. I might just need to redo the whole thing. Hold up. So I think the perspective is right? Yeah, well, this part here, I guess, could stand to be a little shorter. Let's just... something like that. Thank God for free transform tools. Straight in D&D, unlikely. It's so true, though. Hello, Sunbatson, welcome. You just reminded me, on the 5e wiki, there is... I love Wizards of the Coast so much because this is the kind of representation that we need, honestly. There is a I'm not no, I'm not taking off my ad blocker. Screw you. Um there is a word in the Elven dictionary on the 5e wiki. Let me find it real quick. It's so stupid. It's Shaeda. Shaeda. And the translation into common is bisexual female, but then for some reason, in parentheses next to it, it says slang derogatory. Which is like. I was in a Baldur's Gate 3 server a bit ago. It got deleted because it was like super inactive after a certain point, and when I posted this, somebody was like, bisexual female, isn't that like half the women in Forgotten Realms or the Sword Coast? And I'm like, yeah. I'm not sure why this is here. But it's funny regardless. There's like so many there's like so many funny things in the Elven dictionary. It's so stupid. They have one for gay men too. Oh my god. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for giving us Elven slurs to use. Yes, because this is what I need in my life. The idea of, like, Elven slurs in Forgotten Realms is so funny to me. Like, it's so pointless. But it's so funny that they had it anyways. Now we need one for Bymen, and then I'm in danger. True. They have one for Crossdresser that I saw just now. Which again is hilarious. Like, I'm not saying that they can't have them there, because, you know, realistically, like, if you really wanted to make a realistic world, there would be bigoted characters, and it's like, I have no issue with people who like, want to take a more realistic approach to, like, fantasy, just as long as it's, like, you know, in good taste, in a decent enough taste. Like, they're not making it so, how should I put it? They're not making it so, it's like like being gay is an actual bad thing. They're doing it because, like, you know, it's like realistic world building. There might be some people who like look down on it, and you know, that's like fine. Personally, I just don't do it because it's like, it's just not my kind of thing. Like, I would never make it like the focus of a story or anything, or I would never like bother to point it out in my world building. But for people who want to, the elves do have their own slurs for the LGBT, so hooray. It's hilarious that exists. There's no reason why it should, well, no, there is reason why it should exist, but it's still funny. It's still funny, and it feels entirely pointless, considering, again, I feel like 99% of Faerun is gay. Let's see, I want to make this bigger. Mess with it a little bit more. It just feels a little skewed. Like a little too skewed in one direction. But if I do that, the string curves, and that's not necessarily what you want. What we want, I think. D&D is too much of a safe space for me to actually include bigotry in the campaign. Like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, I wouldn't do it because it's like, it's just not my taste, and it feels a little weird to, like, do it. Maybe as, like, an offshoot kind of thing where it's, like, maybe one person just gives, like, a little bit of a confused look, but, like, that's, like, the most I would do, and even then I don't think I would normally do that. However, for those who want to, like, make it, like, kind of, like, a central point in, like, say, maybe their character's arc or something, I do appreciate that it's there. I don't know. It's very silly stuff from Wizards of the Coast as always. You know they still don't have an Infernal dictionary on the wiki. Like I get it because it's like most people are going to use Latin, right? Like duh. Like of course they are. Um but me personally, I'm like that's lame. We should have an Infernal dictionary already. This is ridiculous. Tieflings are literally like the one of the coolest races. They have one. They have a Draconic one. They have a Gith one. We should absolutely have Infernal at this point. And I was like, no, you could just use Latin for it. Like, you're gonna bother making up languages for all the other like races except like this one. It's like this is stupid. This is stupid. But oh well. I mean, that is technically why I'm supposed to be learning Bisaya, so I can, like, make my own dictionary. But here we are, me constantly forgetting to do that. Let's see, we're getting a pretty good thing. A friend of mine made her character from Baldur's Gate 3, a pink tiefling. Pink tieflings are so... like, they are such a vibe. I made the pink tiefling pirate for like, that one drawing. But yeah, no, pink is such a good, like, it's such a good skin tone for tieflings. I love it so much. It's just as, like, a character design thing. Especially because, like, 9 times out of 10 people automatically assume, like, oh, you're playing tiefling to be edgy. It's like, no, I'm gonna make mine pink. She's gonna have a heart-shaped tail. She's gonna have really sparkly horns. It's like, yes! Yes, do that. I'm looking at my reference, and I'm kind of deciding that I don't want to add this big metal thing. Well, I should probably add the big metal thing, but I'm not going to enjoy it. I really don't want to, but I'm going to do it anyways, for the sake of... something. And she sparkles at twilight, right? Real. But no, yeah, I love tieflings. I wish Baldur's Gate 3 let you get a little bit more silly with the designs, because there's some tieflings where rather than being descended from devils, they're descended from demons. So they'll have things like forked tongues, they'll have maybe cat-like eyes, they'll have cloven hooves. Super cool designs. And there's also feral tieflings that get flying speed. Without any extra legwork, which is really, really cool. Again, favorite race by far, so much flavor to add. I'm still upset that they don't have their own dictionary. Then, let's see. Man, I hate doing like 3D shapes like this so much. Because I don't even know how I'm doing this. I think that's good? Question mark? I really don't know. I don't even know like what this thing is. It's just like, it's here on the crossbow reference that I'm looking up. And, that is all I can say. So I think I need to tilt it more this way just to be more in line with, like, the rest of it. And we'll put it down there. I think that's good. We haven't saved in a bit, have we? I always forget to do this. I'm just checking my notifications real quick. I just want to make sure nothing silly is going on. Oh yeah, the Eladrin poster. It's finished. I think tomorrow after work I want to go print it. So I think that'll be fun. Or I can do it today, honestly. Maybe when I go get Johnny from the bus station. That might be a little bit more convenient actually, because I'll be out already. I'm also gonna have to remember to cash in my paycheck from the game store. I always forget to do that. My coworkers always ask me, like, why don't you just do it, like, online? I'm like, because my app said, fuck you, go in person. I'm like, Well, at least the bank is like right there in front of Carl's Jr. I get so mad at some people. They'll be paying for like a $10 order with like a $100 bill. Because I know they're doing it because they want change. But I'm like, the bank is right there. And there is a gas station over there. I don't have time for this. And there's just like a metal casing here. Or a metal plate, I should say. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go print it later today, which will be fun. How are we feeling about like the look of this crossbow? I think this is a very crossbow looking crossbow. It does look like this particular one that I'm looking at does collapse, so I'm gonna see if I can add that hinge in there. Actually move that bolt right over here. I'm still debating on if I want Morgan to die or not in the comic. I feel like they're going to. Just because a lot of the Scarecrows, the enemy team, or the antagonist team that I'm writing, I feel like a lot of them just are going to die because they're not necessarily supposed to have arcs. Of the 5-member team, I realistically think only 2 of them actually make it out alive. For sure, in my head. And 2 of them are absolutely dead. Morgan is like one of the only ones that I'm not too sure about. I think that's looking pretty good. Just maybe add like another bolt or 2 just to like secure this one plate, I think. Alright, that's not bad. And I'm going to erase, or no, I'm going to hide this layer real quick just so I can see what I'm about to erase here. So it's going to be this spot, probably, that part, and over here. And then, yeah, that is definitely a hunter. I would have just gone with the standard bow, but I think the crossbow is a lot cooler for this kind of character. And also, I thought it would be super neat if I gave them a sniper rifle later that they only really bring out for like really important things. I think that would be a very, very fun touch to give. It's just, again, I don't like drawing a lot of geometry, so I'm not doing that right now. Their main thing is crossbows and crossbow darts. Actually, speaking of, I think I'm going to give them a little pouch here attached to that, attached to their thigh strap there. Alright, and then let me see if I can figure out the hands, because I was not able to figure out the hands at all. Yeah, we'll bring that down a little bit. Let's see. We're gonna draw the box as usual. I swear, these boxes have been saving my ass in art. They're super useful. I have no idea if anyone else draws like this, but this is what works for me somehow. So, this is what I do. It's 11:34. Alrighty, we were making good progress, I think. We might be able to finish outlines today, which on stream, which would be super good. And we want the thumb to come out a little bit, but I want the thumb to be kind of like not like that. Hang on. It's been slow on the weekends at Carl's. It's very strange. like, I know arguably it should be a good thing that work is, like, has been, like, relaxing for the most part, you know? Like, not too busy, not too many angry customers. But part of me just can't help but feel like this is some sort of, like, calm before the storm now. It's like, okay, you people at the store have been too pleasant, what are you planning? And I know, I understand that I'm maybe just being a little paranoid about it, but it's just like, I don't, it's not that I don't like it, but it's just vaguely concerning to me, because it's like, the store is usually chaotic, um, there's usually always something going wrong, and it's been going a little too right lately. I think it's like we're long overdue for, like, a screaming match with a customer or something. Like, it doesn't feel right. But I know it's a good thing. And I should be thankful for it. And speaking of thankful, too, I usually come in at 9 on Wednesdays. Tomorrow, I get to come in at 10. I get a whole extra hour of sleep, and I'm like, yippee! I don't know why, but I do, and I'm just like, let's go. Because I'm so tired in the mornings. Let's see. I'd say something about, like, trigger safety on the crossbow, but it's not loaded right now, so I think it's okay. Yeah, that being said, I am until 5:30 on Friday, which is like, okay, well, it's like 30 minutes more, it's whatever. Oh my god. Last Friday was such a disaster. I was so... Oh yeah, I didn't get to talk about last Friday, huh, because that would have been after stream, I forgot. Friday was hilarious. So it's like, I usually work 10 to 5 on Fridays, and, you know, that's not too bad. But the previous day I had opened, and I had stream, and yeah, I did end stream a little bit early. But, you know, I still went to bed, like, past 12 in the morning, so there was that. And, like, I am ready to, like, go home by about, like, 5 o'clock, right? Like, I was dead, and I was just like, I am ready to leave, because the previous day, too, I wasn't able to get a lot of rest, because I only was able to take a 20-minute nap when I got home after opening, or after my whole shift, and then, like, we were out all day. It was like, okay, I did, like, at least I was able to finish, like, some art, at least I was able to, like, do a little bit of stream. Like, I just wanted to go home, like, on time on Friday, basically. So Danny calls the store, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna be, like, late, because I can't charge my bike. And I'm like, okay, well, we asked you to come in at 5 anyways, so I guess it works out. He showed up super, super late, with, like, with the guy who was supposed to be closing on Friday. And we were just like, bro, where have you been at? Because at this point, it's almost 6 o'clock. It was like 5:42, I think. And I was like, what the hell, right? Like, I want to go home. I was supposed to be off, like, 40 minutes ago. And the shift leader in charge, he was telling me a little bit beforehand, like, okay, Kyra, I know you're off at 5, but we just need you to cover, Chase's 10, and then you need to cover my half, and you need to cover Elvia's half. And I'm like, just tell me I'm getting off at 6. Just tell me I'm getting off at 6. Guess who didn't get off at 6? I was off at, like, 6:40. I got, like, 9 minutes of overtime. It was insane. I was, like, so tired by the end of the day. And Friday, it was, like, ridiculous, too, because everyone was ordering, like, fish and the fried zucchini, and if you don't know, those are, like, two items that take, like, the longest time to cook, or to fry. So, both me and the frontline worker were just like, why are you heathens ordering so much of this? And then later on, I'm sitting at dinner with Clive at Wendy's, and I'm like, holy shit, is it Good Friday today? It was Good Friday. I'm like, oh, that's why you psychopaths were ordering so much fish today. Oh my god, I can't wait for it to get off the menu. Like, some people want some, like, we only really bring the fish sandwich back for Lent season. But but like, as soon as we're out, it's going to be, as soon as we're out of the fish, it's just gonna be, like, no more, it's just gonna be out for, like, the rest of the year, and I'm like, thank God, because, again, the fish takes 4 minutes to fry. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about the zucchini, other than complain. Like, anytime someone adds it. There was this one lady on Friday, I was so mad at her, because she changed her order, like, 5 times at the window, and I was still taking, like, another car's order, so I was just like, could you, like, not do that? It's, like, the most frustrating thing in the world when they do that. And, like, it wasn't like she changed it to something that was, like, we could, like, serve really quickly and get it out the window, too. It was, like, she wanted to replace the 2 small fries she ordered with, like, the 2 fried zucchinis, and she kept being, like, so, like, unapologetic about it, and I was just like, I'm gonna strangle you. I will actually commit murder right here in the store. But yeah, I will say there was a period of time in Carl's, I don't know why, but all of the zucchini got recalled and it was just off the menu for months. It was amazing. I was so happy. But it's back now, and we are suffering. Well, it's not that bad as long as, like, they order it, like, at the speaker and not at the window. But, I don't know why it got recalled, because the thing is, I remember when they did that, they made it sound like it was such a huge deal, like, no, don't sell the zucchini, like, don't, we don't have it, it got recalled, and I was like, oh, okay, like, do you know why? Nobody at the store knew why, so I tried looking it up online, I got nothing online, and it was just like, that is so weird, but okay. So I don't know what that was about. Actually, I want the pinky to face more this way, so... Man, I wish we could go back to that, though. Just, like... it's bad enough having, like, some people, like, order, like, really, like... I think, besides the fish and the zucchini, the stuff that takes the longest to fry is going to be the chicken tenders and the hand-breaded fillets. But that's also partly because, like, we do actually hand-bread them. Like, the advertisement isn't wrong about that. But it takes, like, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that, for the tenders, and then, like, another similar-ish time for the hand-breaded fillet. Those take a while. Those definitely take a while, so we'll just be, like, there. And again, corporate said, okay, no more parking cars, and we're like, could we just not do this? Like, we can park cars. Parking cars is fine. It's just a matter of, like, we need to park the right cars, and we do it at the right time, but they're like, no, parking cars actually doesn't help customers get their food faster. Like, no shit, it doesn't help the customers get their food faster. It helps, like, it doesn't, rather I should say, it doesn't help the window get their food faster, it helps the next car get their food faster. Because the whole point of parking cars, it's like, okay, well, it's literally a line, and if we have the next car ready, we might as well get the next car out, while the first guy is waiting. And that's all it is. But the customers are throwing such a hissy fit about it. I'm just like, this is so stupid. Also, I'm not particularly great at this angle of hand either, so this is not going well for me. But we'll just leave it as is and fix it in the outlines. It's not too bad. So this part needs to be erased. This part right here as well. And then the string is actually going to go over the finger. And then we'll fix that tangent too, just because that is a bad tangent to have. I still don't understand how some people sketch in like one color. I don't understand how they would be able to like differentiate anything. But you know, it is what it is. Alright. 5 viewers. Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're probably gonna kill this guy at some point in the comic, but for now, we're just designing him. Or them. I'll just... something like that. I know I erased the bits already, but should be fine. Then, and again, we'll fix the tangent afterwards. I'm sure I can just like, or I think I could do it now actually, just might as well. Just, I think, make the arm a little less thick here. Oops. Merge that down already. Make it a little less thick, and then bring that back down. And go something like that. I think that would be better. That's better for now. Right? I think that's pretty much it for clothes. As far as their clothes go, that should be good, yeah. So now we can work on the birds. Let me look at a crow. Let me look at a crow properly. I thought a ranger with like a bird, or like with like a crow for I put 5e. I don't think I need to put 5e now that I think about it. I thought having a crow as an animal companion would be cooler, or would be fun. Hence the last name Corvidra. All right, crows are very. Their heads are kind of small. They're a bit like ovalish too, so I'm gonna. Get me being a good noodle and looking up reference art for once. Let's see. That definitely would be something different as opposed to having hawks or falcons as animal companions. I just thought I thought crows would be good because, crows, for one, are, like, incredibly smart, first of all. Like, the whole, like, Corvid line is, like, they're insane. Hawks or falcons, that would have been cool, but, I think the idea of, like, because they're wolves and I think either crows or ravens, it's one of the two. They have, they do have, like, a symbiotic relationship with wolves. And not that this person is supposed to be based off of a wolf or anything. But it's the idea that they do know how to help other animals hunt. So, I just feel like they'd be a lot easier to train. And also, I think crows actually like do fly and do actually like move around in like flocks or groups and everything like that. And I want this person not just to have one crow, it's not one crow, not two crows, but a whole murder of crows, which which I think is insanely cool. So I like that idea a lot. Um, let's see. Okay, not necessarily birds of prey, but incredible like animal companions regardless, I think. A wolf also would have been like pretty neat, I think, but considering that the antagonist team that I'm writing for the first arc for the comic is called the Scarecrows, I thought this would also just be like a really like funny like point of irony. I should probably look up reference for the wings, but it's okay. I wonder if there's like one in flight actually. One of the main reasons why I just don't end up looking for reference like at all is purely because it's so hard to find like the right shot that you're looking for. It's like I might as well go out there with the camera myself and like take my own reference at this point. Um, or that's what it feels like sometimes. I don't. I would never encourage drawing without a reference, but sometimes you just have to pray. See, the feathers on the tail are a lot wider, so I'm gonna do that instead. Like a little bump here for the feet. And then bring that over. And bring this down actually so it's more in line with the other one. There used to be, when I was in high school, the spot that where I would wait for my dad to come get me, there was a crow's nest like right on top, and I was always like so scared that the crows would just one day decide to pick a grudge with me. And I'm just like, why? And we'll just give them like really like beady eyes. Well, one thing that it's like interesting to do sometimes is like figure out how to make it so that my animals don't look like they have too much emotion. Because you know, animals are very like non-expressive, so like part of that is figuring out like, okay, well, how do I make it so that they don't look like they don't look too anthropomorphized. So something that I'll do is that I'll just like give them like little eyes like that. Something like very shallow, very non-detailed. So, because it's important for me to make the distinction specifically because in D&D there are like uh just to call it what they are. There are anthro species in D&D. Like, there's the Dragonborn, there's Tabaxi, there's literally every kind of goddamn were animal on the planet. So to me, it's important that there is a distinction between things that look like they have, like, higher thought and the things that don't look like they have higher thought. Yeah, that looks pretty good for, like, one of them. It's not super balanced, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Arc that down a little bit more. Bring this up so that it's more hidden. I am getting to a point where I can, like, tell if something is balanced without flipping, but it's not all the time. It's like, that should be hidden more behind the thing, and if that comes down a lot more, this should also come down way more, I think. Not exactly for symmetry, but just for the sake of, like, depth and everything. That's looking a lot better, I think. This point right here doesn't have to come up so high, I think. Yeah, there we go. But you are getting there. I am definitely... I am proud of the fact that my art does tend to be, like, more balanced. Because there is, like, the whole meme where it's like you draw it one way, and then it looks wrong when you flip it. And it's not supposed... I love that that's not supposed to be the case. Like, it should look good, like, no matter how you flip it. And I'm getting to the point where I have to, like, check less now. I think there's just some things that are just always going to be in balance, like this arm being out. I kind of need it to be out for the sake of a clear silhouette. But that being said, that means, like, it does look a little bit off, but the rest of it is fine. Like, especially in the face, that's usually where I check the most for. I can feel the wrist pain coming back. No! It's okay. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Let's see. What is... Oh, the crow beaks actually, like, come down a little bit, huh? Get a real good look at it. They're very... not that long, actually. Here, let me... Alrighty, I'm gonna head out now. Have fun with your stream and have a good day. Thank you so much for coming along. Glad you, glad to have you around, and I hope you do have a good rest of your day. Alrighty. Let me fix the beak here. I didn't realize that they're actually, like, kind of short. They're also curved a little. So I'll, like, bring it like that, I think. Erase some of this. Yeah, and I think that's looking a little bit more crow-like. Well, I think we'll flatten the head a little bit more, too, actually. Yeah, something like that. Very, like, oval-shaped. Alright. Swear. My manager keeps teasing me about, like, the guy at work, and it's so funny, because, like, last time we saw each other, me and my manager, she was just like, just start a conversation with him, and I'm like, yeah, you lost me on start a conversation, because I am terrible at texting. It's funny, because both me and him actually, like, get along super well at work. It's just, neither of us are particularly good at talking. Like texting, I think. I think that's what it is. Because it was really funny. There was just, like, one day, where I was like, he was like, yeah, I remember when I first came in asking about an interview, you were like super awkward and everything. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm just terrible at meeting new people. It's like, same. So, yeah, not a lot of favors being done in my direction for that, but, we do get along. Um, it's not like things are, like, super awkward right now. It's just, I am terrible at texting people. And I couldn't tell you why. Should I just, like, not draw the bird here? I'm feeling lazy. No, I will draw the bird here. Give him the little feet. When I do this, this is going to be like the reference character sheet, so I'm gonna have to list like all the color palette stuff on the sides somewhere on its own layer, which I'm not looking forward to. It takes so long every time I do it, and I kind of hate it, but I kind of have to do it is the thing. Erase more head. Their crow heads are just so like their neck becomes their head, and I don't know like any other way to describe it. So it's like it's very important that like there's not too much distinction between the head and the neck, and rather it just kind of becomes one long continuous shape. And that helps it a lot, honestly. Yeah, that's basically it, I think. And I think the only thing I want to do now is fix this arm. Because I want to rotate this out a bit more, I think. I'm just gonna have to like group it with the bit of the crossbow there, but that's okay. Just like have it more like that. I wonder what the three of us are gonna eat today. I hope Clive gets up. I swear, sometimes it's like we're all ready to leave and he's like still asleep in bed. It's like, Clive, get up! You know, I don't want to leave Johnny waiting at the bus station too, because that particular area is not super safe. It's just like, well. And I can confirm, the game store, this particular window has been like this ever since I started working there, like last summer, and I always wondered why there was like a hole in it. Turns out that was a gunshot, that was a bullet hole in the window. There are gangs out in that city, and I'm just like, man, like I always forget. I always forget, like, that's, like, part of, like, what goes on over there. Let's see. Turn that back on. And we'll continue fixing proportions, I think, after, just because I think it looks... I think the head is a bit big still, and the body looks a bit short, so I just want to make sure I get everything, like, nice and figured out. I would have done like a print for this, but it's like I want to get this out for Biba already, so it's like we'll just make a very simple kind of thing. Is this hand? Bring that down. A little bit more sleeve look there, and I think That should be good. That's probably looking slightly more balanced now, yeah. Put this part of the torso back. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god, Celeste. Holy shit, we got a raid. Thank you. I got a little nervous for a moment. Hello, welcome. Oh, this is so cute. Oh. Oh, these are great. Hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god. What a jump scare. Hello, Kira. That's where you've been. I was wondering where you were. Hello. I left a fish out for you, and I was a little... left a fish out for you, because I know you're always, like, dropping by. 10 viewers. Oh my god. Hello. Welcome. We're just about done with the sketch for a character right here. I'm gonna erase the skeleton right... the initial sketch, I should say, right now, and I'm just gonna be fixing up proportions, and for the remainder of stream... Sorry for keeping Kira hostage. No. Absolutely no sorries, like, whatsoever. Like, that's great. I'm glad, I'm glad, Kira was having fun over there, too. Oh my god, this is great. I don't usually get raids. This is really cool. Welcome! Yeah, this is I just do, art streams, and sometimes video games. The video games lately have been, like, on the Thursday night streams. So, here we are. Let's see. I want to make the head a little bit smaller. Please transform tool. Oh, because I'm on the wrong layer. No, not free transform. Ah. Yeah, the head definitely needed to be made a bit smaller. Oopsies. Oh, me and my silly anatomy mistakes that I refuse to, study and fix. I really should be doing anatomy studies. They would be helping me out so much. And you seem very... I'm always looking for fellow artists to follow and support, and you seem very sweet. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, and I see the follow there, too. Let me give you a follow back. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream. I never know what streamers to actually raid, because I think a lot of, like, the people that I follow back and forth are not usually, streaming, by the time I finish streaming. So, we'll see if this changes that. I would love to do more raids. Let's see. Yeah, actually, if anyone in chat has, people to suggest raiding, I would absolutely be down for that. Okay, I think it was just the head we needed to fix, actually, and it's looking pretty good. Can you lower the camera a bit so it doesn't hide your face while drawing? I have the camera kind of up here because, my room is kind of always a mess, but I can try. Follower goal met. Oh my god, 80 followers. That's insane. Let's see. This is kind of the best that I can do. Sorry, I have the worst shrimp posture when I draw. I'll try leaning back a little bit so it's a little better. We played some Stardew Valley today since I'm on vacation, but I usually do some art streams as well. Oh, I see. Stardew Valley is great. That reminds me and Johnny had our own modded Stardew Expanded playthrough that we were going through. And we completely forgot to do that because Johnny had school. Yeah, Bach Addict, thank you so much for the follow. And a subscription! Oh my god, you are insane! Thank you! That is great. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh my god, it's always interesting when people sub. It's like, I need, like... I wish I could have, like, sub reward. Oh my god, Long Professor. I forgot that emote was in there. That was an insane story, Long Professor. If you want the backstory behind that particular emote, back when I was in college, I'm a computer science major. When I was in college, I had a software engineering professor because that's what I wanted to do with my degree. I wanted to do software engineering. Basically, this was back in like 2021, 2020 something. back when NFTs were on the rise, so this particular professor thought it'd be a great idea to make our semester project a thing to buy and sell NFTs on. And the whole class was really angry about it, and we photoshopped his Canvas profile picture and turned it into a bunch of Discord emotes. I chose this one for Twitch particularly, because at least it's distorted enough that I don't think anyone would be able to, like, would be able to find him. If I'm not in chat when you raid, you can check the recommended streamers on my page. I've added a ton of them, so there's always people on. Oh, perfect! Perfect. I will keep that in mind. Let's see. Go ahead and follow so I can, like, keep track of this as well. Alrighty. This is great. So it's 1:10 right now. We're gonna be going about 2:30 Pacific time. So it's like a little more than an hour left of stream. But yeah, I'm Kerr. I'm a little tiefling artist. I do Dungeons and Dragons art because I love D&D. Occasionally there will be something else, but it's not super often. I draw so much fantasy art. Yeah, right now I'm designing a character because one of my audience members is indeed a good online friend of mine, and we thought it'd be really funny to make OCs with a sort of rivals with benefits dynamic, so I chose this character that I was supposed to be using for a webcomic that I want to make. Of course, I've been procrastinating on that, so oops. I have D&D this Saturday, so oh, that's exciting. Currently playing an elf rogue arcane trickster. That is super fun. I love that for you. Arcane trickster, I don't think is a very common subclass that a lot of people play. Like, I imagine it's popular just for, like, the flavor. Some people who I think want to, like, min-max more, they wouldn't go so much with arcane trickster. I haven't played a rogue before. I like spellcasters. Cool, I'm not sure I've seen other tieflings, but you might like Slayana Art, the Crystal Troll, and Yukiko Kayamada, the Cyber Elf. Not live now. Gotcha. I am surprised. I think I got that name first try. Yukiko Yamada. There we go. I did not get it first try, but there was an attempt. Oh my god, yeah. Ah, man. They sound like VTubers. That's super cool. I love when people have like more fantasy like VTubers like that. I think it's really fun. I was supposed to be making mine. I kind of forgot to. Because I just kind of... I think it'd be nice to have one just in case I don't feel like having the camera on during stream. There will at least be something else to look at. I did it for pure flavor. Plus we already had a druid and sorcerer. That's real. Gotta get ready for work. No! Oh, I know that feeling. But sadly I have to leave for today. I was streaming for 4 hours. I need to rest up and unshrink myself from my computer chairs. That is such a mood. Alright. I hope both you, Bach Addict and Celestia Faith, I hope both of you have a wonderful rest of your days. Good luck at work, and I hope you, Celestia Faith, have a good rest, because shrimping is definitely not good for the body. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the follows and the subs. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. It was lovely meeting you too. Alrighty. That is so cool. Yeah, we are just going to be finishing this up. Not finishing this up. There's like so much more to do, but still. Yeah, I am supposed to be doing the VTuber thing. I have a design sketched out. I didn't actually like ink and color it because I was like, well, I mean, it's like I have the colors already, technically. I don't necessarily need to sketch it out. I think I just need to learn how to use the software. I think it's called Live 2D, right? That's what it is. We'll have a small debut when it happens. I'm not too big on VTuber culture just because it's not entirely my cup of tea, but I still appreciate the designs because I think they're like super cool. I would keep mine very simple though, because I love the modern fantasy kind of blend to it. I love when I can get to the inking phase because it goes by so well. But yeah, what else? Should I retell the Easter story of like what was going on? Because when I told that, there was only 2 viewers in chat, and now there's 8 people, and I feel like it'd be really funny to talk about me joking about attempted murder. Sure, okay. So I technically I wasn't supposed to be on schedule on Sunday. My manager didn't have me scheduled, but I begged her, like, it's time and a half, right? Please add me, because time and a half is like super super good. We love attempted murder over here. We do love a little like silly jokes about murder and poisoning shakes and hitting people with my car. Anyways, oh, Butters, he's doing his thing down there again. I can hear him barking. Anyways, so I was fully expecting it to be busy. And to be fair, it was busy for like a little bit. It was just the church rush and the lunch rush, but after that, it was just me, Johnny, and our friend Danny in the store, for like an hour, and it was dead. And we were having so much fun, just like talking back and forth at each other, making jokes. There was one part where Danny had to go to the bathroom, and all of us were wearing a headset, basically. So that means all of us can like press a button and talk to each other. It's basically like comms on like a spy action kind of thing, right? Except not as cool. And me and Johnny were talking back and forth over the headset a little bit, just because in the kitchen, sometimes it's pretty hard to hear what's going on, because it's really loud. There's like all the machines, there's the fryers, the char, everything else going on, and it's really hard to like shout back and forth sometimes. So we're talking a little bit, like having the conversation kind of like half like just shouting it at each other, half like saying it over the mic. Danny comes out of the restroom. He's like, it's so awkward. It was so awkward in the bathroom because I was like listening to you guys like over the headset. It's like, bro, why'd you bring the headset into the bathroom? Like, that's weird. Like, that's on you. Like I was just like, that's on you for bringing it in there. He's like, I always have it on. I was like, why do you always have it on? And we start talking, and then he starts saying, like, sometimes one of the shift leaders, she does not care where you are in the restaurant. If there's a drive-through order that needs to be taken and she can't take it, she will ask you to take it. So sometimes I'll be out here, like, trying to pull my pants up, running out of the bathroom, like, hi, what can I get for you today in the way? He was, like hobbling, like pretend doing it, like, hobbling around. It was just so funny. And so that was like the catalyst of like the whole like we were just goofing off for like an hour on the clock. The next funny conversation happening shortly after was the Ice Bucket Challenge. UFC brought that back from like 2012. They brought it back from the grave, and it is here. And Danny got nominated by someone, so I think we were talking about like doing it at the restaurant because we have buckets, we have pitchers, we have stuff that we could fill with water and dump it on him, right? So at some point, I'm just like, Danny, imagine like I'm standing over you with like, it's not like a bucket of water, it's just like a frozen block of ice just coming out, and we're all just he's like, just imagine him standing there like, hi, I got thank you so-and-so for nominating me for the Ice Bucket Challenge, and yada yada yada, I nominate this person and I nominate this person, and he's just standing like where is it? I'm not feeling the water yet. Me just standing over him like, don't worry, it's coming. Actually, if you could stand a little bit to the left, that'd just be perfect. Just like the image of like a big block of ice just sliding out of the bucket and hitting him in the head is just, we were just laughing our asses off over that. And then it gets better because the joke keeps like continuing on. It's just like, imagine like now like in the hospital, just like calling the store, I can't come in, I'm in the hospital. And then I call, right? Me, not Danny. And it's like I can't come in either. I got arrested for attempted murder. Just dumb stuff like that. I love Danny. He's like He's like the store's little brother. It's really funny. His friend actually called off because for one, she kept insisting that he just takes her shift because he needs the money way more, than she does. But he didn't want to work in the morning. But it turns out her uncle ended up having like an emergency, so he had to come in the morning anyways. But hey, time and a half, you know, and like yeah, Easter was like super chill. It was I just put up with 2 rushes and that was it at the end of the day. It was not bad at all. If I have a sneaking suspicion though that all the potheads came in at night. So RIP night crew, but you know, they had a strong team at the end of the day. Like they were probably fine. Oh, speaking of potheads, recently Onyx at the game store got a catnip toy, and he's never had catnip before, according to the rest of staff. So, so our employee one of the employees posts catnip toy for Onyx, and I reply, Onyx living like it's still 420, because this was yesterday, so it's like the 21st. And one of the other employees just goes, "Blaze it up, son." Like, oh god. I need to show you guys, like, the picture, like, of him, too, because he was tweaked out, for so long yesterday. Oh, good, it's already on my Google Photos. He was, like, he was baked. Let me just show this off real quick. Display capture? Yes, look at him. Oh, he was zonked. He, do you see, like, this look in his face? He does not normally look like that. He was out of it. He's usually, like, super sweet, super cuddly. Yesterday when I was putting my hand in front of him for him to, like, sniff, because usually when he does that, he, like, automatically, like, rubs his head against my hand. This time he was just like, huh? Huh? Like, what is that? According to another person at the store, he was just, like, when he got that toy, he was drooling so much. Like, it was just leaking out of him. He's fine, obviously, but it was just really funny, just seeing him, like, completely zonked out. He's usually fine, too, if you'd, like, try to grab his toys, but with the catnip toy, he was just like, no, mine, and he kept, like, headbutting people, whenever they put their hand close by. Very, very silly stuff from Onyx yesterday. But yeah. He is a very sweet cat. And he's got like 5 more of those toys. I don't know how long they last, but he is set. Yeah, I love Onyx though. He's a good kitty. Get this lip ring in. Part of me feels like I want like more body piercings, right? It's just I'm so terribly afraid of needles that I don't think I have like the guts to do it. Especially like around the mouth. We still see your OBS. I'm staring to the void. Oops, I forgot to turn that off. I was just working on this right here. The lip ring. I feel like, again, I feel like I want more body piercings, but I just really hate needles and the idea of like something sticking through me. Which, you know, is a valid fear and everything, but yeah, it's just I feel like I especially am like terrified of like around the mouth, because it's like, I've seen that one video of somebody slurping spaghetti through their piercing, and I don't want to think about that. Like, it's just like, ugh, I don't want to think about, like, food going through, like, an open wound, basically. Like, that is so, like, dirty to an extent. Just like, no thanks. I can't do it. I do like the nose piercing, though. I feel like part of me kind of wants to try a septum ring, but, I have magnetic ones, and I don't think I look good with a septum. like at all. It's a lot better if I just have like the one nostril piercing. It works like it's great. This was like the only one that I want. I think I definitely want more piercings though. I just gotta take it real slow. Because again, when I got my ears pierced on Thursday, I was just there like like the lady gave me like a plushie so I could grip it, and my knuckles were white. I can take shots just like as soon as it's like, oh, it's gonna come out the other end. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. That's where I draw the line. Let's see. Let me thicken this line up too. Oh yeah. So the Eladrin poster went live today. Um, Also the TikTok, the very small little process TikTok that I made for it. Um, that one was actually kind of hard to record the shots for because all of it was like out of order. Because if you look, you know, like in my gallery real quick. Oops. If I go here, like you can see it's like 4 separate pieces, right? So in my head it was like, how on earth am I going to like what am I going to record exactly? And like in what order am I going to do it? I think at the end of the day I took about like 2 or 3 like things from each and just put all of that together. Definitely a little bit unbalanced in like how much screen time each of them got. I still think it worked out, and I really like how the finished poster looks as well. Um, I know I exported it so it's a bit smaller, but it is still to scale. This canvas is like 5300 by 5300 pixels because I just wanted to keep it all full size so that when it translated to something smaller, the resolution was still like clear, and I think that worked out really well. I gotta say, I think the autumn one is my favorite. I might just be a little bit biased because, in my opinion, fall is the best season. My least favorite design probably being summer, honestly. I feel like I could have done a little bit better there, but I just wasn't sure what to do. But I like this one a lot. I do like the nipple piercings a lot under the shirt. I like the little leaves in the hair. The chain on the earring is also really nice. And I think the colors were really good too. It was really funny though, because I was like, oh, you know what? She would look really good with green eyes. And then I put the green eyes in and I was staring at it like, this is just Starfire from Teen Titans. Let me change the eye color again, and I went with purple. But yeah, I like them a lot. This one was kind of hard to figure out like a color palette for the clothes because I wanted to keep it like very cool still, but I also wanted to add like some good warmth in there. I thought green was like a good balance between like all of that because like the brown is very warm and the green kind of like acts as like both warm and cool, which works out super well. I should have made the earring like an icicle though, but it's okay. We live and we learn. Yeah. I will say, sunflowers here are probably like the best one for like all 3 of them. I wish I could have done better with the mushrooms. I wish I could have done better with the holly, but it's okay. We'll get this printed when I go to get Johnny, I think. Put it on my wall. Or maybe I'll sell it as prints. Speaking of prints, I do need to get back on designing the class dice because I've been forgetting. I've been forgetting to do those, but I know Rogue is going to be next. Rogue, I'm going to I'm definitely going to work on that this week. I didn't get a work in progress shot for it in over the weekend because the weekend was just super busy. But yeah, it will be getting done. I don't entirely know what I'm going to be doing for it, but I have like vague and general ideas. Because I think by summer I definitely like want to have a table at the art walk already, so we should be on track for that. I'll probably make some extra prints, get some things ready. I won't be doing like any like little plastic bags or anything. I think that's just a little bit out of budget for me at this point. It's my first, like, it'll be my first time vending on my own. Just like not affiliated with the game store or anything. Let's see. Do a quick save. Actually gonna add those bags under their eyes real quick. I like doing it this way because it's the way Medibang has their like standard pen programmed is very nice. I like it a lot. I don't know how they did it, but it's really good for like doing that sort of like effect down there if you don't have any other like kind of brushes to use. Because if I was on Procreate, I absolutely just would have used like the HB pencil that they have. But I'm not on I'm on Medibang and not Procreate, so this pen is like so like versatile at the end of the day, and I appreciate it a lot. God, the weekend really was just busy. It's weird because it's like the store will be slow, but I'm still there for like 7 or 8 hours. On Saturday, it was like the same thing. I was there for about, well, a little less than 7 hours, but still. But I decided on Saturday that I wanted to get sashimi. And while I technically could have gotten sashimi from the poke place near my house, I'm pretty sure their portions are small and they're also like stupid expensive. I was like, I'm really hungry. I want to eat a lot of fish. So I went out to the 99 Ranch nearby, and oh boy. They had, it was really cool because they had like this box of just like assorted sashimi. So it was like three types of fish. It was salmon and 2 other ones that I forgot the names of. But also kind of because they didn't really like list it on the thing. And I got some uni too. I think the uni was not nearly as fresh, because usually when I get it, it's very much like a melt in your mouth kind of thing. This one I had to chew a little bit more, so I don't think it was as fresh. But I still liked it. I still finished it. I ate an unholy amount of fish on Saturday. It was great. And then I took a nap. Like, I took a nap for so long. I've definitely been in a little bit of a sleep debt as of late. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm sleeping more lately, but I'm probably sleeping more because over the last few weeks, I haven't been sleeping all that much. So I'm glad my body is just like, okay, you can rest now. You're allowed to do that. And because I was very worried that that nap was gonna mean I'm going to fall asleep at 3 in the morning and I have work at 8. But no, it ended up just being, I ended up falling asleep on time, so that's just a testament to how tired I've been. Then... the clothing wrinkles. Do I want to continue this part? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, but I'm only going to make it so that it's like goes part way down, and then we'll get that in. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get to like color on the stream. Hopefully. I think Morgan has a really nice palette. It's very like dull tones, ashy sort of like colors. I think it's like perfect and completely in character. And again, I like the asymmetry on their design too. Just very I think asymmetry adds a lot to a character. I might not have taken a class on character design before, And in a lot of cases, symmetry is good to have, especially for like animation, because you want to keep things simple, because you're gonna be drawing this character like dozens and dozens and dozens of times, like not even dozens, like hundreds of times over. So symmetry can be good in that instance, but asymmetry, like just design-wise, is like such a fun thing to play with. I think it really like lends a lot, so I wanted to do that for this character. Get some things done in. I think I need to just spend a day practicing hands again. I'm like decent at them, I think. I think most of the time my hands definitely look like hands. But I think it'd be good to practice them again. Speaking of hands, if anyone remembers if anyone remembers my YouTube channel where I upload all the VODs, the profile picture there is vastly different from the profile pictures I have on literally any of my other social medias, and that is because it is a tarantula with fingers for legs, wearing a Christmas hat. And I was thinking about it last night, and I think this would be a really funny story to tell. My first ex, before we were dating, we were talking over the summer, because we had become really good friends over the college semester, and, you know, it's like fun talking to friends, right? So, this was back when I was in one of my Animal Crossing phases, so I was playing New Leaf, and, basically I was drawing, one of the tarantulas from the game. This is gonna be, like, a very, like, poor recreation of what I did. But, like, it had, like, the regular legs and everything. Right? So it had that, but like its hands, like these two front things had like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. It was like this. Hang on, no, I can do better. Come on. It was like this. Something like that. Right? So it was a tarantula with like hands on its like front legs. And I had sent that to him. He was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, it's a hand spider. And somehow I've done worse, so I sent him like the actual one that I use for my YouTube profile. And he's like, how is that? How does it get worse? Like, I don't know. Point being, around the time we started dating, I was like, oh, like, what got you interested in, like, what got you interested? It was like, low-key, it was the hand spiders. I'm like, don't tell me I rizzed up this guy with, like, the hand spider drawings. That has to be one of the worst things, I could have done. But I was thinking about it, I was like, that's kind of a funny story, just, like, somebody just thought that the hand spider was, like, really funny. And I was like, I should bring it back. I should redraw it in like 4K. I've improved. I've improved my art skills vastly. It'd be funny if I drew a hand spider. I think I would like to make that into like a sticker as well, just like odd creature sticker pack or something. I should arguably be using the straight line tool for this, but I'm not gonna. Maybe I will, actually. No, we got it, we got it. It'll be fine. I don't need to use a straight line for everything. Yeah, I think I would like to draw hand spiders again. I think that would be hilarious. Also a little hungry right now, too. I'm probably gonna find a snack. My appetite has finally returned in, like, full force. So I'm eating a lot again. And I'm like, thank you. I don't know what it was, but for just a few weeks, it was just like, I didn't want to eat anything at all, and it was kind of insane, and I was super frustrated, because I swear, it's like, I want to eat, but my body didn't want to eat, and I was like, this is so stupid. I don't even know, like, what causes that sometimes. It's just completely random when it decides to be like that, and I'm like, okay, fine. Still have yet to go to that Crystal Cafe with my friends. We were going to like a Sunday or two ago, but Johnny had work until 7, and I was like, okay, we'll just have to like request a day off for this because I really want to go, but the odds of Johnny getting off early enough for us to go are kind of low. So I think we're all just gonna have to like put a request off for that. There we go. It's like one of my favorite things to do with line art, just like really like long, like wow. Like yeah, maybe it takes a few tries to get it like exactly right, but it pays off. The lines are smoother for it. I still really want to make like a sort of like tutorial, like everything I know about line art. Because arguably I do know a lot, it's just gonna be kind of hard to put it into words, I think. And I do want to make another like tutorial for the tutorial doc soon, because I haven't updated that in a little while, and I did want to make sure like I get like a lot in there on like how to do stuff. Oops. Like I did want to make sure I do that. So I think this week I'm also going to be doing that. I think my next tutorial I'd like to do it on like wood grain, because wood grain is a really good texture to know how to do. Just because I feel like it kind of comes up a lot. So, you know, definitely important to know. And I like to think that I'm pretty good at it without having to rely too much on very like specialized Medibang exclusive brushes. Because realistically, while I do tend to use this brush because it's really good for that, you can get away with just like the standard acrylic brush. You just kind of gotta like, it just takes a little bit more like work, but it is possible. And then I'd also like to do a guide on just like everything I know about like rendering, because I feel like I've learned a lot about rendering over the past 6 months maybe. Because like my rendering is way more detailed now, which is definitely a good thing, right? Because before it used to be like I would just like it's just like, oh, I'll just like shade, put the shadows on the bottom, and then put the highlights on top, and there's not too much care for the shape of like the actual thing that I'm rendering. Now there is, like, to go back to this because I have it open anyways, it's like, we'll get this kind of thing going on, we'll put like the really dark stuff, and bring, like, just, it's that kind of like contrast that I'm like adding more of, and it's giving like so much more definition and shape. And I feel like that would be a good thing to like teach just a little bit. I might not be like a full expert on it, but it's really useful in like making a more making something more visually interesting, I think. I think that'd be really, really good to do. And also, I'm just not huge on like gatekeeping and like art and everything. I think art is a very important thing for to not gatekeep, especially with like the rise of AI now. People are still like going insane like with the whole like Studio Ghibli stuff. And it's so sad to see. I still can't wrap my head around like how could you possibly prefer something made by a machine than made by a person? It's like how far gone into like the capitalist brainwashing are you? I don't get it. But you know, it's whatever. I am glad to say that I have a style that's like so stylized that I think it's pretty obvious a machine didn't make it. At least until the machine starts training on it more. But, you know, I think most people, like, most people who are going to get accused of AI have like a very, very, very different art style from me. Just add something like this for the sake of depth, and then... It's surprisingly easy to draw straight lines if you make the line thick enough, honestly. If you do the stroke fast enough. Again, there's like a huge, like, sort of like muscle training that goes into like doing line art like this, but it's not that bad. I am going to decrease the line weight just a bit on this part because it's a little bit of a squeeze, if I do say so myself. I need to make sure that there's room for this area right here so we can get that 3D look going. Sometimes I miss my old Wacom tablet because it's like the buttons are so easy to like find, and it's not too bad. This one I feel like I've been using the Huion for so long, and I'm still struggling on like finding out where I need to place my thumb to select the right tool, but it is what it is. We also need to do like another OC Smash stream at some point. I think that is too funny not to do again. Or another tier list. I think come around June, because that'll be like the halfway mark for the year, right? Like the end of June. We'll do a tier list on all the art that I made. And, oh yeah. Okay, hold up. I was trying to fix my camera, hang on. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it. I have a piece of wood underneath it usually just because, I think it helps with the stability a bit more, but, that one guy was asking me to lower the camera so we can see my face. Again, all it is that I just shrimp, and I don't think the camera is actually, like, super, super low. I'm gonna put that wood back just so the tripod underneath it has more area to stand on. Something something stability, something something I'm not an engineer. Bring that up, and then I'm going to take a very tiny eraser and just kind of sculpt into the line again, just to get like more, just to continue that a bit longer, because I wanted it to do that. Man, I'm hungry. I wish the instant ramen would fill me up more. Maybe I should put 2 eggs inside of it instead of 1. That might help a little bit. I like instant ramen, but I always feel like I need to put more inside of it just because it's so, let me put this part on a new layer actually, just because it's so it's so empty. It's just noodles and broth, and I'm like, okay, well, there's so much room to be added to it. So I like to put egg, imitation crab when I can, seaweed, just all kinds of like fun stuff in there. I want to experiment more with like actually cooking meat and putting it in there. But I kind of always forget and don't usually have a lot of time to cook. I got up late out of bed today. And I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to just like eat breakfast. I was like eating my soup as fast as I can, burning the entire inside of my mouth so I could like get to stream on time. Oops. Again, we'll just fix that a little bit. There we go. Then I think the string will actually use a straight line tool for, because I feel like it kind of needs it. Something like that. I'm even gonna like let it like go over like this, just to make it seem like it's like tied down. Yeah, I think that looks good. If we're lucky too, we won't have to worry too much about the tangent here with the sleeve. All right. Oh, something that I bought off of an Instagram ad lately. It's a little miniature flower press, and I'm really excited for that. We're getting a bunch of dandelions on our grass right now. Spring is also coming, so I think I'm just gonna steal a bunch of flowers from the neighborhood and just do like little presses of those. I think that would be really fun. Um, I think I have a friend who would like also like enjoy a lot of that too, so I think we'll probably pass the press around a bit. I'm also very excited for the magnolias in the parks to bloom because those flowers are really pretty, and I think there's like a lot of sticker ideas that I want to do. I think I want to do like little like foraging type stickers. I think I heard magnolias are actually pretty tasty. Let's see. Magnolia flower. Edible. Perfect. Screw you, AI. Let's see. But yeah. Do taste with caution. Okay, let's see. I want, because I think they are edible. I think I kind of want to try going after some of the ones that bloom here. But the ones that they're showing is pink. The ones that bloom here are white. So let's see. Yeah, it's these ones that I think grow here. Which magnolias are the tastiest? Perfect! The site is called Handmade Apothecary. I trust this. History and safety. It would be really good if, ooh. They have a whole thing. I think the ones that grow here in the area are southern magnolias. Yeah. Yeah, this looks exactly like the trees that grow here. I'll put the Google back on stream. It's this is the kind of ones that grow around here, I believe. Like these huge white flowers. They're so pretty. I really like them. So I think we're gonna have fun and see if we can figure out if they're edible. Unfortunately, I don't actually know the scientific name. Hold up. Grandiflora, maybe? Okay, so we'll look for that one down here. It is not here. Oh no. Maybe the Wikipedia will say that it's edible. Because I kind of want to try it. And if not, I at least want to be able to preserve one because it's super pretty. Here we go. The flower buds. I see. Well, you know what? We'll live and we learn. Well, we'll have a little bit of fun with that next chance I get. Because again, they're really pretty regardless. I would love to just I would love to do more foraging. It's just the area that I live in is not particularly great for that. I'll probably get a little bit of poisoning from something one day, but we won't think about that. I saw off of a YouTube short that dandelions are edible. And the more I think about it, the more that makes sense because Jimmy, our little Shih Tzu here at home, did actually used to eat dandelions when he was a puppy. And it's like, oh, I guess they do taste sweet. Now I would eat the ones that are growing here in the front yard, but the dogs do kind of like pee-pees and poo-poos on them. I could just wash them really well, but I'm also a little paranoid that I'm not gonna be able to wash them really well. I feel like it'd be like the same problem with the ones with anything growing at the park, and I'm just like, but I really want to try it because you can make a dandelion syrup, and I do like making syrups for coffee and tea. So I'm a little bit of a kitchen witch of that. I haven't done it in a while though. I think the syrups are old. I want to like wash them out and make new ones. Because there was just a period of time in the winter it was just too cold for me to bother making my own coffee. Or getting up early enough to make my own coffee, I should say. But I do want to get back into that again because it's really good. I have some really nice recipes saved on my phone for these kinds of things. I have like a lavender syrup that's really good. Lavender coffee is great. If you've never tried it before, I would absolutely try it. But the one tip that I would give, because lavender is a very floral flavor, if you get it cold, it is going to be like so overwhelmingly floral. It's so much better warm, in my opinion. Like, I really like warm lavender lattes. If I get it cold, I tried it cold once, actually. That was a mistake. It's like when something is, like, really minty, but again, it's not really like a minty flavor. It's just very floral. I know Starbucks has one, but it's like, I can make it at home. I'm not huge on Starbucks. These fingers are not looking good. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. You do something like that, thicken it up a little bit. Add maybe a line there for one knuckle, or no, one joint. I think this actually comes up a bit, so we'll put that there. And then, I hate hands sometimes, I swear to God. Go. I think that is the best that I'm going to be able to do for the hand, because this is just like a really annoying position to draw. Try and workshop it as much as I can. Oops. As much as I can, but cannot make any promises that it's gonna get better. So maybe if I add something like that. Just for the sake of depth, that's what it is, personally. Like, depth is such a difficult thing to keep up with. Or to, like, show sometimes. It's a whole thing. Alright, and then put this here for now. And we're gonna do a new layer for the shoulder, so we can do. First of all, let me fix that so it's not there's not a weird corner in there, and then. Draw the sleeve, have that come out. See, we can have the tangents are fine as long as you have a way to like distinguish them or distinguish the two objects. Because if I just did this, then that's really bad. But if I thicken this up a little bit, it's suddenly a little bit better. Because I know it's like a big thing that you gotta avoid with your line art, but sometimes it's just really, really hard to avoid. I think what I could do, actually, is I can take a transparent thing, make the brush really tiny, and just do that. Which actually doesn't look bad, but I gotta, like, center it right. Hang on. I think I can... There's a way to, there we go. 'Cause I just want both of them, like, in view, but I need it to be, like, pretty zoomed in. Not big man James. Completely miscalculated when your stream was starting, Lamau. Hello! Hello! Yeah, we're gonna be streaming for about 30 more minutes. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. We're doing character design stuff. Surprise, surprise, I am also an artist. But lovely to see you again. Thank you for the follow from last time as well. Oops. If you want, actually, good thing I set an alarm for- oh my god, it's 5 AM. Dude, I think you should be asleep. Just a suggestion. If you want, though, I'm gonna grab a thing here. If you want, this might be a... I normally wake up at 4 AM, ma'am. Ouch. Big ouchies. I felt that, though. If you want, though, if you want to stay more connected with me and whatever it is that I'm doing, you could check out that website. It has links to, a bunch of my other stuff where I'm more active and more responsive. Mainly Twitter and Blue Sky. Because they're functionally the same thing for me. Speaking of Blue Sky now has a thing where you can get properly verified now, and I'm just like, I wonder if I could do that. I don't know what the requirements are for verification. I don't know how you get verified yet, but it's like, man, I wonder if I could at this point. I feel like I'm in a decent enough standing for that. We got a community. We got a Bach Addict is back. Welcome back. I hope work is going well for you. You can email me. You can sure try. I guarantee you, one of two things will happen. I will see it and be very confused and delete it, or I won't see it at all. I have my email there specifically because sometimes people don't want to send DMs over on on the socials, so it's like, okay, if you really don't want to do that, or like Discord isn't working, just send me an email. But my commissions are closed at the moment because I'm supposed to be working on art booth stuff, but here we are, not working on art booth stuff. I did actually get like another DM on Instagram, like, "Hey, are you open for commissions right now?" But the thing is that they sent me like, one of my story highlights, on like my cosplay, some of my cosplay stuff lurking at work. Ooh, I see, I see. Um, like one of my cosplay stuff. It's my one of my druid spell books that I made. Boss earns $1, I earn a dime. So I watch streamers on company time. Huge mood. I would do the same if I didn't work fast food. But yeah, he sent me one of my story highlights of like my cosplay D&D accessories, and I was like, I'm sorry, those aren't for sale. Like that's not my commissions. I do like art commissions. Like, oh, well, actually, I am looking for an art commission. I'm like, sorry, commissions are closed. I'm so sure this guy was a scammer. I don't, I haven't come to trust a lot of like Instagram DMs lately. Like if Twitter is bad, at least Twitter does like filter it, and it's pretty obvious to tell. Instagram is like the bots have an easier time faking things on there, I'll say that. Yeah, they never message me back, and again, their profile is completely empty. Or it's private. And I'm just like, I'm not doing this. Oops. I meant to delete that. Lamo. But yeah. Unfortunately, I don't sell any of my cosplay accessories. I'm not skilled enough to do that. I am still proud of that spell book though. I kind of want to repaint it because I think it needs a little bit of like little bit of a revamp, but I don't know. I'm a little scared to do that because I'm good at painting digitally, not so much traditionally. Also, the boob chest plate here is, I think it's gotta continue outwards a bit more, right? Yeah, it would, so let me just... I swear I watched a YouTube short over why, like, archers tend to have, like, this one thing over their chest, rather than a whole, like, rather than, like, a whole chest plate. It's like this one little, like, nipple shield. And I forget why they do this, but it is a thing, and I thought that would be a good thing to add onto the onto the design. I just kind of forgot why exactly it's there, besides basic protection. You know? Also, I don't have a blue sky, and I don't know how I'd be contacting you on Insta. Nipple shield just prevents the bowstring from snapping on your clothes. There we go. That's what it was. Okay, so maybe this wasn't okay, so maybe this wasn't super necessary then. It's fine. It's still like, you know, Morgan can use whatever long-ranged weapon they desire, and one of those long-ranged weapons will include a sniper rifle. You probably just won't get to use it for very long if the scene plays out in my head the way I want it to. Because my favorite flavor of D&D is modern D&D. Or modernized D&D, where everyone has iPhones and guns. Source, I did archery for a couple years. Ah, I see. That's actually super cool. Yeah, you wouldn't be using one of these crossbows. You usually just wear a chest plate, probably. Yeah, that's true. I'm too lazy to draw a chest plate, though. I am so bad with armor. I don't like how much shape that I have to add into it. It's not fun. And And, well, yes, technically I did need to break this down into multiple geometric shapes to get this right. We're going to ignore that. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Morgan has just a whole arsenal of ranged weapons. It'll be fine. I have swords. That's my thing. I have swords and I have spell books. So, that's what I do. I remember for the Ren Fair, I brought my scimitar with me. That was super cool. That was really fun. Um, I can't wait to go to the Ren Fair again this year. I'm so glad they're returning because they had like a whole thing like, oh, our lease didn't get renewed and we have a petition going for it. We're not sure if we're going to be able to come back next year. And I'm like, I hope you do because it's so sad that, yeah, last year was my first year going to it. And they weren't even sure if they were going to be back this year, but they're so back. They're so back. I was thinking maybe I could even like vend for them too, but I was like, I need a lot of time, I think. Like, well, I'll work my way up to that goal. I actually told my game store that we should try vending over there because we might actually get way more people who are interested in the nerd stuff. Because, you know, it's like the Ren Fair is basically a huge nerd market. So I was thinking about that, but I don't think they actually signed up for it, so that's not my fault anymore. Reminds me of this really cool concept I saw in a manga where the character reloads their crossbow using a pulley system because they were too physically weak to pull the string back. Oh! That's really fun, actually. I like that. That's a good one. I'm not huge on I'm not huge on manga or anime, but despite that, my style is very, very inspired by it. I just really like the look. I'm just not a huge fan of like the storytelling methods and some other things, but we don't think about that. One of my cousins called me like a prude for not being into anime, and I'm just like, it's just not my cup of tea. Like, there's definitely some that I like. I'm just not huge on it. Ooh, I've vended before. I call it boothing, but it was really fun. Oh, that's so cool. Actually, one of my mutuals on Blue Sky and Twitter, I think she said that I should go for like some she listed some cons, and I was like, oh, you're gonna have to tell me like where they are. Like if they're in the area, I can try for it. They were in Philippines, and I'm just like, I live in California. Way more enjoyable than actually being an attendee. Yeah. I vended once before for the game store that I work at. Um, it was a really, really cool experience. I learned a lot from that one thing. And what did I learn? I should probably have some way to package the stuff that I sell. Because when I went, they didn't provide me with any like bags, so people like if people bought the board games that we had on display, you know, they would just be carrying around a huge ass board game. If one person bought like 2 prints from me, and I had no way to package those prints, and I was just like, ah, shit. So, let me pull something out real quick just to show it off. There was 3 of us, and I was the dude packaging. I didn't actually sell anything. I was helping out my friends. Oh, that's really nice. No, it was just me. I was packaging and selling. Except not really packaging because I didn't have anything. So I bought these little plastic sheets at, I can't feel my foot. I was sitting on my foot and it is now numb a little. So I bought these little plastic sheets and some cardboard and to put these in, but these are too small for the prints that I have. So I think what I'm going to do is when I do my little art restock, I'm gonna make sure that they fit in here. I think they invented hand-cranked ones, IRL. Ooh, that's very fun. But I'm gonna make sure that I get them printed to size for these because they don't fit. But I have these. I have a bunch of these now, these big cardboard sheets, because I work fast food, and in the fast food thing, in our dipping sauce thing, all the dipping sauce just kind of like sits on these. And rather than throw them away, me and Johnny decided that we would just take them home so I can use this for print packaging. And I'll just like trim it down to size, and like most of it gets reused, and the rest of it will probably not get reused, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, they did, but they're nothing like the concept in the manga. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Well, very economic, yeah. The capitalists would be so proud right now. Now I have no idea if, like, the general manager at the store knows that we're doing that, but I don't think they'll mind, you know? It's like waste at the end of the day. Just erase some of this top part right here, give a little room for the buckle to breathe. There we go. So I'm excited. The only thing that I need to do is I need to get some sheet protectors and trim them down and match them up to the size of like whatever it is I'm going to be selling, so I can get that going. I don't know how much prints I'm going to sell at the art walk that I'm gonna do, or that I'm trying to do, honestly. I sold 2 prints last time, but to be fair, that was at a market that was not really like that it was just like a small business market, not really like an art kind of thing. There has to be a better way than getting your neck at 90 degrees to draw. There is not. Not for me, anyways. I think there was an option to get a tablet with a kickstand. So, one day I could have been like drawing like this, but I decided I didn't want to spend money. Another thing that I do sometimes, I'll just like lean back like this, and it's a lot better on me. I won't slouch. My neck isn't nearly as bent, but this is kind of the best that I can do because I don't have one of those kickstand things. But yeah, I don't mind too much. I haven't gotten a lot of pain out of it. Really, all the pain is in my wrist. I was actually feeling it a little bit earlier during stream, but it's gone now, so probably not that big of a deal. I tried wearing my brace again, but I think I'm gonna have to find a brace specifically for sleeping, for carpal tunnel, because I woke up and I was in so much pain, and I was just like, okay, I'm probably not doing this right. Oh, wait, that's the crossbow. You could get one of those 45-degree tables the architect kids have. Yeah, I suppose I could. Back-sitting art setups are a new low for me. I mean, I appreciate the concern. Like, that's still arguably, like, a very, like, kind thing for you to do. But it's fine. Like, my posture has been worse before. I'd argue that it was worse when I was in college. Because when I would draw, a lot of the times I was just sitting on the floor, so I was very much like this. And that was not good. Actually, no, it was worse because I didn't even have like a touch screen like what I'm using here. I had a Wacom tablet, so my laptop would be on the floor, my tablet would be on my lap, but because I have to look at my laptop monitor, I would have to look at my laptop monitor to see what it is that I'm doing. I was like really like this. It was so bad. It's a lot better now, actually. The shrimping is a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. We'll say that. Alright. I guess we won't get to color today. I still have to, like, do the rest of this. That's fine. And the crows. I really need to do that tutorial on line art. Like, this is, like, so fun to me. I feel like not a lot of people, like, do this kind of style of line art anymore, though, so I don't know how much advice people would actually take from me. Lines are thinning up a little bit too much down here, and they gotta be thicker. I like my line art dummy thick. So you telling me you could have just used a desk to draw and achieve decent posture, but instead you invented a new messed up posture? In my defense, I was drawing between class periods. Now, could I have just gone to the second floor of the library, and found a desk there? Yes. But then I would have had to, like, get up earlier from my seat. To get to my classroom. And that would have taken too long. So, I instead decided I'm just gonna sit in the hallway and wait for my class to start. God damn. Look, we don't question the actions of younger me. Younger me was stupid and, insane and unaware of everything. So unaware, in fact, that I completely sold when a girl asked me out to dinner. And, I told her, like, it's alright, I'll just, like, you don't gotta pay me back for taking your class notes or anything. I still regret that so much. It was just... Look, she was so pretty, and I was just so shocked at, like, her offer for, like, dinner, because, she had asked me to take notes for her because she was missing a class. I was like, oh, you don't have to worry about paying me back. And she's like, oh, how about I take you out for dinner? And she's like, and I was just like, it's fine. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is moving too fast for me. We don't talk about 18 to 19-year-old me completely fumbling the bag with that one. I'm still so upset. Oh my god, she was so pretty though. Sob. It's okay, hopefully I don't fumble the bag with the new guy at work. Sigh. It's alright. I still have yet to come out to my parents. I don't think I'm going to. I think one day I'll just, like, have a girlfriend and be like, I have a girlfriend. Because as it stands right now, I've no one to fumble. Honestly, what a mood. Because as it stands, all three of us, me and my two brothers, are bi, but my brothers have already come out, and I'm just like, I'm not sure my parents are gonna appreciate the 3 for 3. But yeah, they'll find out, like, on their own. I'm sure they kind of already know to some extent. So, you know, that's good for you. Everyone at well, not everyone at work, just the people I've, like, specifically told. They keep teasing me about it. It's so funny. My friend has already taken to calling him my boyfriend, and I'm just like, I literally don't even know if he's single yet. And she's like, well, if he was single, he probably would have told you already. Or like if he wasn't single, he probably would have told you already. I'm like, you have a point there, but some people want to be private like that, so you know. I'm not gonna make any assumptions. I'm just gonna. What did I tell her? I told her. I forgot they're religious, and you are baptized. I am technically baptized, and we are technically religious, but I don't think they care. It's just would be funny if this is how he found out. Yeah, my door's open right now. I wouldn't. It would be kind of funny if he just walked in and this was how it happened. Um, no, they're actually my parents are actually like super good about it. It's just it is so much energy to explain the nuances of being bisexual sometimes. Like like every time my dad sees a girl with short hair, he'll ask us is like are they trans? And it's like, no, Dad, that's just a butch lesbian. Like he like it's so funny how confused he is. But he's also so confused to the point where it's like I'd just rather not have to explain anything. Like just you know. Like I'm not gonna bother doing it. Somebody else can. It's not gonna be me. But no, they are very like supportive at the end of the day. Like one time my dad was I don't get it, Kyra. How come your cousin has short hair but she still calls herself a girl? And I was just like, Dad, she it was just like she's a butch lesbian, Dad. You're very lucky they want to know. I am lucky and I do recognize that. It's just it's it's like this. It's like this, right? I'm a computer science major. So, in their head, they're in their head, it's like, "Oh, Kyra knows everything about computers." So, it's when when you like so in that same reasoning, it's like, "Oh, if I have a question about this, this person is the place to go uh with this." And it's like, no, no, just because I'm a computer science major doesn't mean I know everything there is um, to know about X, Y, and Z. Or LGBT, I should say. It's like, yes, I am very knowledgeable, but it's like, I would prefer if you just, like, ask less questions. We'll put it that way. And just accept things instead of, like, instead of mixing up, like, trans people and gay people, because they still don't understand the distinction between like gender identity and sexuality, I think, and that is a topic I'm not sure I'm ready to explain to them. Most parents are, yeah, sounds about right. I will say, I think our families are pretty like good about it. I do have one uncle over here. He's not really my uncle. I think he's actually just a family friend. Um, who is apparently very transphobic. But you know what? Our cousins are not. So it's like, well, if the price to see our cousins that I don't get to see all that often is just saying hi to this one particular uncle for about 5 seconds, I will pay that price. My one of my cousins isn't. They're very like he's very like upset about that, and I don't think he's been to the house um at all in a while. And just like shout out to my dad too, because before I don't think he understood it all too well. But when we were explaining the situation, like, oh, this is why so and so doesn't like come around that one uncle anymore. It's because like um he doesn't want to call our cousin by like our like that one cousin by his preferred name. Our like shout out to my dad for just going like man, like how hard is it to just like respect someone and just call them the way they want to be called? They're just like, let's go, Dad, let's go. Made it just made me so happy. Finish right on time. All right, so do you want me to speedrun the outro? finishing right on time. Not quite. Like, we still got a bit to go. Alright, well, it is just about time to wrap up, and I am definitely very, very hungry. And I do want to go get snacks and gouge myself in snacks before I go out for lunch. So let me save that real quick. So, once again, I am Kerr. I am Pigeon Kerr. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that emote. That's about to be me in the next 5 minutes. Hold on, when's your next stream? It's gonna be Thursday, 10 p.m. Pacific time. I will be playing Hollow Knight, probably. Thank you for stream. Of course! And thank you for coming around. Thank you so much for the sub as well. That, like, always super, super cool to see. Next stream, Thursday, 10 p.m. We'll be playing Hollow Knight. We'll probably be getting through more and more of the game. Hopefully we'll be able to stream for a lot longer, too. I'm excited for that. Look forward to new art. Calculator. Mood. If you have iPhone, I know you can add, like, different time zones to there. And, of course, thank you so much for watching. By the way, before we go, does anyone have any streamers that we could raid? I think it's about time that we do a Pigeon Kerr raid. Yes! Raid suggestion. I think it's about time we start doing this. Lulian. Okay, how do I do this? Ah. Okay. Ilobun, if you want another fellow critter. We'll do Lulian first, and we'll do Lulian. Oh, you can just I see. There's a command for it. Technology is amazing. Do I put the space? Is it like that? Before I hit enter, I should probably do like a proper outro. No space before. Okay, how about after raid though? Cool stream, Grandma. Hey, that's Lola to you, huh? I should probably do. Okay, so I do have that command up and ready to go. Thank you guys so much for coming around. I had a lot of fun as usual. Good yap, good art, and let's get that raid going. Love you guys, and bye.